All right, what's up, guys? Got the Phantom Racer on the bench today. It's been a minute. I mean, I had to look back. 2023 in October is when I was messing with this truck. But just real quick, I wanted to show you guys. I got Retro Game Genie live right now. He's playing Ghost of Tsushima. It's so cool. I get to see him at the opening screen at the title reveal. So that was super cool. See his reaction. And my Dark Souls lamp, that thing is so nice. The detail. That's the LED that comes with it. It's kind of crap. The LED itself I think is okay, but the batteries I think were dead. It has a little remote, so I gotta go get some batteries for that, or get a different lamp set up for it. But yeah, he's loving it, man. It's super cool. So the truck, this was actually in the spirit of the speedrun challenge that Right Place has going on. Go and head over to his channel if you have a 12 scale buggy, or if you're looking to get into speedrunning. This is a great opportunity. Rollarlo has a sale on their roller, the AMX12, I hope I said that right. Buggy roller is on sale for $90 now. So if you have some build experience, or you want to tackle, you just want to jump in and try your first build, go ahead and get the roller and start throwing parts at it. You're gonna need some extra parts. I'll list that in the future, but for now, this truck, the issues with this thing, what made me move to the 10 scale was, number one, the wheels. Wheel availability, there is none, and this company dissolved pretty much over time. So I tried emailing them back and forth, and they actually sent out an email recently. Oh, look out for Bonsai, we're developing this and that. And I sent them an instant reply like, what about wheels for my truck? Like, guys totally left that in the dust. But it comes with 50 amp 2-in-1 ESC. It actually has a gyro in it. A little brush 540 motor. It's a pretty strong motor. It's decent enough to push it along. But the servo's not, I mean, that's kind of a cheapy crap 5-wire servo, but this ESC does have a plug for a 3-wire. So if you upgrade the servo, you can, just plug it right in. So just to get the truck running, I think I'm gonna put the stock system back in it, and the radio. It's not a bad radio actually. I mean, it comes with a foam wheel. It doesn't feel cheap. I mean, it is cheap, but decent quality for what it is. So body, once the body gets torn up like that, look, I beat the crap out of this truck. Tossed and tumbled, hit curbs and all kinds of good stuff. But yeah, it needs a set of lights, just to get it, that'll be like the running body. I have a clear body here that I got from the actual company. You hear Bonsai Phantom body clear, that's the company, but you can't find them anymore. Yeah, I got plans for that. That I'm kind of gonna keep. I'm gonna keep a surprise. But the good thing is, what made me change my mind about this truck is I kept it sitting in a box because I kind of figured one day something would come along. I'd have enough experience in the hobby to where I'd come across some parts that would fit. And sure enough, the wheels from the Highboxing 3100A truck, which they actually have a V2 of now, so wheels are available for this, and they do fit. So if you want, a road somewhat off-road truck, you could do that. But the other two main issues with this particular chassis, if you have this, is, and you probably found out, is the friction shocks and finding shocks that mount up. I was able to find a set, but I ended up blowing them out from crashing and throwing the truck around. Stock wheels, they're smoked. They have like zero grip, and the steering geometry on this thing, I don't know if this side you can kind of see the arms, how close it goes into the wheel there. I mean, it's almost, on the stock wheels, it's maybe a millimeter, 2 millimeters from the steering arm. So whoever designed this, it was like an in-house design just from the ground up, I guess. But they kind of copied the Kyosho Phaser chassis. Because the one time I took this into the hobby shop, the guy's like, why does this look like a phaser? And then he's like, oh, this is wrong, this should be here, no. And you know, he was nitpicking it, but he was right. You know, at the end of the day, I learned later on with later chassis, the experience. But for what it is, it's a miss. It's a miss, but I don't know. I have some sentimental value to this truck. Plus, like I said, I'm going to turn it into an actual Phantom Racer drifter. So, but as you can see, where they put the servo and the receiver box, like the ESC is supposed to go here. You know, this should be over here, so you have more room for the battery tray. It's like the old high boxing dilemma. Always too small of a battery tray, so you can only get the shorty packs in there. So I'm gonna have to fiddle around with that, but got all the hardware in there. Just need to throw it together and get it running. Oh, and one other thing, flaw in the design of this is the way you have to remove the motor mount. There's like a block that goes in here. This is just a cover. Block over here. There it is. So that's the motor mount block, and it screws in from the bottom. So you have to flip either flip the chassis over every time, you know, you want to mess with the motor mount, pinion, whatever. Flip it over, mess with those 3 screws, flip it back over, and accessing the diff housings. It's a bit of a chore, which I messed with trying to learn. This is like my learning chassis. That's how I learned how to work on these kind of pan type chassis. We just got a special delivery in. New cat toy. She seems to be liking it. And got chassis all stripped down and cleaned up somewhat. I probably need to go get some more brake cleaner to get all that gunk out of there, but pretty much used a rag and wiped all the old grease and diff fluid and stuff out of there. So got everything cleaned up. Get her going back together here, and I also got this USB programming card for the DX5C, and programming card, which is also a cell checker for the smart ESCs. So I'll play with that for the boats and probably some cars later on. So yeah, keep on wrenching. All right, after much toiling, digging, cleaning, foraging, not really cursing, it wasn't too frustrating. It's just more like knocking the dust off of what I had to do. Yeah, the design of this thing, to get to this diff housing and the motor mount is not fun. There's 4 bolts underneath and these screws here. But anyway, you got it all back together. Servos centered, tested, everything's fit. I was missing 1 screw, 2 screws, and I found some spares right there, one for the servo, one for there. Can't even tell. I had to go with the poopy friction shock, so it's bouncy, but it's another flaw in the design of this thing. Like, you can kind of see there, it's kind of like the phaser, the arms, but those shocks go into the arm. It doesn't go on the outside of the arm, so that's one of the hang-ups. I actually was going to try and fit these guys here. The old, what is it? Hypergo 14 scale shocks. These are a little bit taller. To unthread these and get the springs out is a real pain in the butt, but these might work. So I might fiddle with that in the future, but for now these shocks have the right ride height, and I'll just put up with the bounciness. It's not really, I mean, it's going to be like a drift car, just street car, you know, basher. And for now I'm going to keep it in the stock configuration and run it till the brush motor takes a dump, because I only actually ran it a few times, maybe 3 or 4 times before I brushless swapped it. And drivetrain's a little gritty. So we got good servo, got good movement. Not the fastest. Oh, and I was actually able to find the original pinion that went with this, because the pitch on these gears, I'm not exactly sure, but I don't have anything else that matches up with it. It's only that one pinion. So running a 24 tooth pinion. And another thing, this, like, it's so like, I wanted this to be good because they give you motor options. Like when you pull this motor plate out, there's numbered holes in there, so you can, you know, it's like, okay, you can play with the pinion. And you know, obviously I did that. I had this actually was the car that got me hooked on speed running. I just was messing around in the parking lot one night and just threw the GPS on it and didn't even think. Pulled 62 mile an hour just messing around in the parking lot. I was like, what? That's crazy. And then, yeah. So, run video soon. Oh yeah, and one more thing. This pack is the only thing I had with the Dean's connector, because that's for the rescue boat. That's a 3S pack, so we're running a brush setup on 3S. But I do recall, I mean, I know it's you're not supposed to run brushless in 3S, but I do recall this thing saying it was 2 and 3S capable. So test run is going to be temperature monitoring, and hopefully that doesn't melt. But I have some 3S packs with XT60 connectors, so I'm probably just going to swap that out eventually, because I like having this battery for my dedicated rescue boat battery. It's a soft pack, so, you know, this truck in its stock form is not really tumbly, so I don't really plan on flipping or crashing it much, but I don't want to damage that soft pack. So thanks for watching, and yeah, like I said, run video soon. I don't have any lights on it, so it's kind of pointless to take it out at night. Although I don't know, I could run it in a bright parking lot. Maybe. Who knows? We'll see. Thanks for watching.